Wave of Drums and Music Charity Concert 2013 for Queenscourt Hospice. Make a noise for cancer. The largest original music event in Southport in 2013.
Right everyone, another of my favourite punk poets in Liverpool, Annie Briggs. She's deemed the most angriest poet in Liverpool, and I think she's the angriest poet in the world. Unfortunately she can't show it tonight because of where we are. Everyone would have to be wearing headphones, but she's fantastic, I love her to bits. She's got 2 great poem books out, which she's got here today. I give you Annie Briggs.
Thank you. I'm going to do some clean poetry because I'm aware there's children here. This first one is an old one. It's for anybody who's got a Scouse auntie, a Scouse grandma, or anybody who likes to embarrass them, and it's dedicated to my aunties, and it's called the Mersey Mafia. The Mersey Mafia in quilted anoraks, machine gun bullets straight from the lips. Are you pregnant, Taran? Is that just another layer of fat that's hanging from your hips? They all caught at family parties, sneaking whiskey from their own bottle. Cost a taxi, cost a bomb. Auntie Doris, known as Dolly, Auntie Kathleen, and Auntie Jean, she's the eldest in the Dom. Auntie Dolly's only got 1 tooth, the rest of her mouth is space. Me dad calls her Juanita, but never to her face. He said she works in a bakery, using her tooth to crimp the edges of her pies. But then there's something murderous in Auntie Dolly's eyes. She's got one eye going the chippy, and the other coming back with the change. But she fixes you with a stare that would stun a gunman at close range. Auntie Kathleen's known as bin-lid fingers. She's got hands as big as spades. A playful love tap on your shoulder leaves a bruise of several shades. She's had the cancer for years, not long now, the doctors often said. But she defies them every time, chases the ghosts that are waiting with a shout, I'm not done with living yet. Auntie Jean, as I said, is the eldest, the godmother, head of the sisters left behind. Got a voice you could grate a brick on, even when she's trying to be kind. I've seen her break a fight up at her do, when grown men have flattened themselves against the wall, threw the perpetrators out of her party, and one of them was a daughter-in-law. The Mersey Mafia, my aunties, are raised on rations and hand-me-downs, made of Scouse Mersey water and dripping butties, and a fighting spirit these days rarely found. Buried their husbands too early for their liking, lost their siblings with the passings of the years, comforted by each other's closeness, covering up their tears. There's an army of these women in Liverpool. You might have seen them in the town in the shops, queued behind them in the market when they've been haggling the price of 2 chops. They're the roots that keep us grounded, to remind your family of their past. They're the Mersey Mafia, aunties, and long may their bloodthirsty reign last. Thank you. You don't have to clap. I won't show after you don't. Okay, this next one is taken from a phrase, if anyone remembers Fanny Craddock and her husband Johnny. He once said on telly at the end of the show, may all your fairy cakes turn out like Fanny's. And this one's called, and may all your donuts turn out like Fanny's when I find it. And it's about the food. If you lived through the 70s, you might have tried some of these culinary delights, and I can't find the poem because I'm so disorganised, here they are. You might have tried some of these culinary delights of the 70s. So may all your donuts turn out like Fanny's. Have you ever tasted a cola ice cream float? Seen melon, sliced salmon, cherry made into a boat? Been to a party where the vol-au-vents were filled with cold chicken supreme from a tin, soaked peas overnight in water with a tablet of bicarb thrown in? Have you ever seen brawn melting on the top of hot chips? Use 6 mothers' pride to mock up bacon fat drips? Celebrated Saturday night with a bottle of pomade, feasting on greasy fried noodles from a Vesta chow mein? Do you think that's salad was cucumber, lettuce, tomato and boiled egg slices. The Heinz tin potato salad and coleslaw were a treat because of the prices. Ready salted crisps on the side was as adventurous as my mum got. But Auntie Dolly gave us radish and beetroot because my Uncle Jack had a plot. Remember beef burgers and gravy? They came out shaped like the can. The gravy eventually melted when you heated them up in a pan. You could always go the wimpy with a waitress service and you got real chips. Predating McDonald's with a super menu, the choice was hamburger, cheeseburger or fillet of fish. Beanie Inns led the way in eating out 70s cuisine. River rooms at the Pierhead, lunch overlooking the Mersey before it was cleaned. Where the prawns arrived on a bed of lettuce drowning in pink salad cream, followed by a juicy T-bone steak long before my cows arrived on the scene. Culinary treats from the Craddocks, cordon bleu with a galloping gourmet. Watching, we ate fish and chips or pie and chips, two choices of takeaway. Our mother's obsession with offal, stuffed heart, devil kidneys known as lights. That was the food we had to endure. No wonder I battled my weight all my life. This next one is dedicated to the men who sell the Echo in Liverpool and anywhere else, or anyone who sells a paper. And it's called, you see, there was a time when the men weren't allowed to shout in Liverpool, they weren't allowed to shout Echo, Echo. I don't know, it was health and safety gone stupid as usual. So this one is about the Echo men. Echo men. Do you see them in town, parked up at the Playhouse, Central Station, BHS, selling the Echo outside M&S? Too scary to be lollipop men, failed to get a pass at lollipop school, swore that the kids broke road safety rules. Only craggy-faced men sell the Echo, with faces that fold and fold like a concertina. They look like those Japanese puppies, except a lot meaner. The one that I buy from wears a manky old anorak, wisps of white curly hair escape from under his cap, his nose and his ear. His short, fat fingers black and grey with ink from the paper burrowing into his skin. Liverpool news flows fast through his veins. Stories of glorious and gory, and obituaries fogging his brain. Street fashion readers' letters flooding his organs, pain tinning him slightly insane. Maybe the Echo men are just paper and ink, and the straight sheets that you see and blow up the street are the layer of skin they've shed that day to make way for the next edition. Do they roll themselves up after dark, park up their trolleys, get stacked in a warehouse like filled up in brollies? With only the sound of the echo, of their echo cries, floating ghostly across the Liverpool sky. Except it's printed in Manchester now, so I'm telling you lies. I miss their cry in the afternoon. Go, go, echo, like a Scouse secret tune. And the kids who shout them when they're passing, what do I people want? Reply echo, then wet themselves laughing. That special Saturday afternoon edition, late evening, the pink. What happened to them? When did they go extinct? I think the pinks were the Lady Echo sellers, because you never see the women selling them, only the fellas. Echo men are the part of the heart of town. Will we notice them if we weren't around? Because they don't shout out anymore. Do you miss the sound? Go, go, gone, Manchester bound. Oh, don't patronise me, sure. This next one is for anyone who misses the black and white glamour of the old days, and glamour isn't what it is now. It has a whole totally different meaning. And this one, when I find it, is called From Classy to Trashy and Back, but I'll have to find it first. This is the problem with having two books. Here we go, Classy to Trashy. Whoop. And that's me buggered for the rest of my set. Right, From Classy to Trashy and Back. Remember when glamour was black and white? Diamonds and furs on Oscar night. Audrey Hepburn as Holly Golightly, cigarette holders and champagne nightly. Taylor and Burton's passionate rows, an egg-sized sparkler renewing the vows. Rock Hudson and Errol Flynn with their massive parts as sex gods in films breaking a million hearts. And okay, I know it turned out they were gay, but the myth of the heroes and lovers remains to this day. It even got Reagan the presidency of the USA. A cowboy in the White House, not the first time I'd say. Bette Davis crew, which it was all in the eyes, and camera angles and costumes and Hollywood lies. But I'm desperate for that glamour, and is it any surprise? Because I'm sick of Angelina Madonna shopping for babies abroad, using the stage like a soapbox while accepting awards, to tell us how lucky we are and our greed is such shame. While they grab at causes to gilt edge the fame. I'm tired of Jordan, the Beckhams, Kelly Katona and Wayne, every step of their struggles and crippling pain, filling sleeves papers with exclusives of shame, sex with escorts or snap snorting cocaine. I'm tired of glamour mealing models with oversized boobs or football stuck bits enhanced by ice cubes. I wanna be wax flogging kiss and tell. Well, I'll tell them something, they can go to hell. I want Sophie Loren in massive sunglasses, Monroe's Caves and real size asses, Bridget Bardot with a sexy eye pout, all cleavage and suggestion but now hanging out. I want classy, not trashy, I want diamonds and pearls, sleek dinner jackets and shiny kiss curls. I want evening clubs up to your elbows, satin and black. Do you know what I want? True glamour back. Amazing Grace. This is for any woman out there who's ever been on a diet or paid to go to Weight Watchers or Slimming World, and it's called Amazing Grace when I found it. Or shall I just pack it in, because obviously nobody's bloody listening. Amazing Grace. She fell off the wagon into a jar of Nutella, lost 5 stone in a year and got herself a fella, licked double cream from a wish just like Nigella. Champagne on ice while cold cavern and a box of Stella. Started the morning with 6 crumpets, didn't scrimp on the butter. Cold Kerry gold position sliced with a cheese cutter. Melt through the holes like rain pouring down a gutter. Dripping from her hands to the table pool and fat amongst the clutter of the empty Haribo bags. Fantastic sports mix. Ditch Pro Points and Green Days for a family bag of Twix. Trash Weight Watchers mantras with Donna meat and chips. Toss the salad in the bin with a box of Weetabix. All the time in her head, a teacher's voice ran, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, a healthy wise plan. Then she'd seen it in the chemist buying laxatives and Aquaban, and something snapped inside her like the axle on a dodgy transit van. The time that she'd spent going nowhere on the bikes at spinning class, blowing off her wages on a swanky gym pass. She pounded pavements and refit to shift a lardy ass, enjoyed the pain of public weigh-ins when bloated with gas. Munched her way through PMT, choosing raisins over sweets, convinced herself that sugar craving could be defeated in weeks, swallowed lies during class and wrote up weekly food sheets, practiced affirmations with her eyes shut, I will be skinny and petite. But the thing that tipped the balance, done the diet in, wasn't the lying witch who ran the class and was crapping herself in. It was the moment when a fella snuggled it into him and whispered, you need some padding love because you're way too thin. Shuffle jazzle or shall I? Just okay, pound shuffle jazzle. And I'll finish with Punk's Not Dead. A clean Punk's Not Dead. That's a face, isn't it? Right, this next one is a warning to women. It's about buying cheap body adornments. And if you don't know what a vajazzle is, don't ask. Never buy a vajazzle from the pound shop, girls. No, never buy a pound shop kit. Cause the glue's like polyfiller, it's a real passion killer, and you need a silver pen to colour in the white bits. Never buy a vajazzle from the pound shop, girl. No, never trust those fake diamante stickers. Cause it's hard to raise a smile when an air stamps pave across your file because there's a palette knife protruding from your knickers. Never buy a vajazzle from the pound shop, girls. No, never go for cut price bling. Cause your pad will hit the pits and it's going to smart a bit when you use a blowtorch to remove the bloody things. Never buy a vajazzle from the pound shop, girls. No, never trust that low-cost glue. Cause I'm seeing pubs in town, your stories going around, the student doctors are sharing photos of your flu. Never buy a pound shop vajazzle kit, girls. If you have one, go professional, pay full price. And if you want to show them that you care, paint your toenails, curl your hair, and avoid the shame of antiseptic cream and bats of ice. This is my last one, you'll be glad to know, and it's a very clean version of Punk's Not Dead. For any old punks out there, you will notice the obvious mistakes That's because there are children in the room. Punk's not dead. It's the multicolored Mohican at the steps of St. Luke's. It's the older woman in the crazy house wearing fetish boots. It's Johnny Rotten selling country life butter. It's Sunday morning one paraboot on its side in the gutter. It's a Sex Pistols t-shirt in the drawer, faded but clean, and wearing at the Jubilee party to say, get stuff to the Queen. It's knowing the words to Too Drunk to Pluck and singing along in your car, making your teenage kids cringe and loving it because you've gone too far. It's a Swan jukebox with compilation punk CDs that putting the damned on repeat because you love Eloise. It's bidding for bondage cakes on eBay because you want so the exact pay. It's wondering if it was the crimping, the crazy colour, or sugar and water that's ruined your day. It's Debbie, Harry and Susie, still bad girls despite HRT. It's getting drunk for Sid Vicious and Joe Strummer to say, stuff R.I.P. I hate you for this, Will. It's posing for photos and looking your best while wearing Doc Martens under your wedding dress. Punk's not dead, it's metamorphosized. It's the stuff you look in middle-aged eyes. It's baldies and bare bellies, body slamming in mosh pits, being in your 50s and not caring because you're off your tit. It's rolling the occasional joint and getting stoned with your missus, then knocking the Casbah in your living room while wearing your slippers. It's the boredom each morning when you face the rat race. It's that moment when you could just punch your boss in the face. It's an inner voice that swears and screams till you have to shout swear words just to let off steam. Punk's not dead, it just got older than Greg. We're still here, we're still angry, and we still want anarchy in the UK, but not with swear words when there's kids. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much indeed, Annie, that was excellent. Big round of applause for Annie. Thank you. Next up we've got Vision Thing, local band. Thank you.